Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brownigan, helped out by our cameraman, as well as providing some tech support, Kevin Broderick, as well as a brief cameo from Gabe Curry, who runs our social media. He'll be taking a trip out to Farmingdale as Farmingdale ACHA-M3 get their season kick-started. Gabe, is that their first game of the year? We believe so. Yeah, first opening game for Farmingdale, but that's not why you're here. Tuned into LI Sports Network for this game between St. Anthony JV Black and Longwood. And are we going to skip the anthem? Potentially. We might be. If we are, I'll hop right into the preview for this matchup. And that preview includes two 1-0 teams looking to improve to 2-0. In this matchup, as we are underway in this one, St. Anthony and Longwood JV. Longwood, they won 14-1 in their opening game against Connecticut-Sayville. In that game, they got 5 goals from Maresca, a goal and 4 assists from Bellaro on the back end. But worth noting, at Connecticut-Sayville, we're starting a positional player, a defenseman, in goal. Meanwhile, St. Anthony JV Black, speaking of goal, Christopher Urso was nothing short of exceptional in their opening game against Smithtown Hauppauge, as he made save after save, keeping them in that game, ultimately leading them to victory by a score of 3-2 over a very talented Smithtown Hauppauge squad. Opening save was made by Longwood's netminder. And tonight, for Longwood, that is going to be Mark Nocerino. Another shot was blocked. Again, in goal tonight, it will not be Urso, but rather is running mate, goaltender Brandon Huber. So we'll get a first look at Huber, see if he can match the fantastic performance displayed by Urso. Here is Taby for Longwood. Banks a pass ahead, intercepted. Good little play made by St. Anthony's Ryan Palladino, wearing 36. Here's Lorenzo trying to play it back. In some trouble. That's wrong. Pushing it forward, my apologies. That was Ryan Fink. Fink notably led the entire developmental league in goal scoring last year with a whopping 43. He's making his debut at the JV level. See if he could continue his fantastic SCHSHL career as he rises not 1 but 2 levels. Puck out of play. We get a stoppage. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into LI Sports Network's coverage of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Tons of great stuff on there. As I mentioned, Gabe Curry, our social media manager, doing a lot of cool stuff with the stories, putting goals, highlights, saves, final scores and whatnot from varsity and real all levels. Has a chance for Camastro, rips one wide. Rolls along the far wall and flipped into the Lions bench. That was Keith McLaughlin. Another player making a jump up a few levels to JV for this Lion squad. Puck behind Nocerino. Controlled by Savalos. Centering feed, a good play. Good read by Lorenzo, and it deflects out. Palladino all the way back to get it for the black and gold. Centers went ahead for Gavin McCormick. Chips in the zone. Helped out by Savalos once more. Centering pass intercepted. Lorenzo cannot clear. A good extra effort provided by Camastro. Puck rolls behind. Now along the far wall. It's where Taby catches back up with it. Connor Taby. And along the near wall now. Longwood trying to clear. It's at the line, still not out, and now the puck into the neutral zone. Zano flips to Maresca. Maresca, no help. It's him by himself deep in the Friars zone, and the Friars will come away with it. Moving up, it's Daniel Munch. New addition to St. Anthony coming over from KPC. Centers a feed all the way through. It's Ty Shimkus. He last played for the freshman squad of Middle Country. Moving over to the Friars. Wrist shot, fanning on it. Camastro, that shot goes wide. Pardon me, Savalos fanned on it, not Camastro. Flipped to the line, not out, held in by Shimkus. Flipped again to the line, not out, held in this time by Munch. Once again, Longwood stab at it, but it's fired right back in by Michael Rainey this time for the Friars. Control behind, it's the captain. A nice pass from Lawler across off the wall and picked up by the Lions. To the line, not out, held in by Shimkus. Shimkus down low, Lawler, sharp angle try is shut down by Mark Nocerino. So 10:46 remain here in the first. No score between Longwood and St. Anthony JV. To the left of Nocerino, the face-off, won by Longwood, and puck flutters down. Not nearly enough for icing. Shimkus. Cross to Munch, the right shot defender, returns it to the left shot, Shimkus. On the far wall, banked ahead, Lawler. Has trouble entering the zone, and the puck comes free. Relatively uneventful first 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Better of the play, though, I would say, for the Friars. Here's Munch dangling and knocked off his stick. Nice play made by Maresca. Gets on his horse. Into the zone, pardon me, that is Longwood's Ryan Hickson. Shot wide to the red line where Taby can play it forward. Glove down by McLaughlin, who hands back to Taby. Taby for Hickson. Hickson, nice pass ahead for Fink. Ryan Fink into the zone. Backhand saucer pass flipped over the stick of McLaughlin. And so resetting in their own zone, the Friars. Ryan Welter. Welter will hand off for Camastro, who comes up the near side. Now in the middle, Camastro enters the zone for somewhere to play the puck. Watched by Arenzo around the net. Takes a bump there from, I believe, that's Longwood's Jake Byers. Puck still in behind the net. Arenzo trying to be the first to it, but a good hustle play made by the Friars and Savalos. Savalos down low, Welter centering feed and shut down by Nocerino. First dangerous chance of the game thus far. And Mark Nocerino passing the test in flying colors. Face off one back. Here's Shimkus. Shimkus to Munch. Munch. Watched by Duet playing it across. McCormick. His pass misfired. Shimkus will keep in. Shimkus down low. A aerial pass. Gets gloved down in front. Nifty little play made by Hickson, and they clear. Munch around Maresca. Daniel Munch into the zone. Munch trying to get around Byers, could not. Hickson took a spill. Munch around the net. Backhands it to the blue lines for Shimkus. Will play it down the wall. Shimkus. Shimkus finds Savalos. Savalos bumped by Byers and separates man from puck, and Longwood can break out via Maresca, who will flip in. Cross corner dump. Shimkus on it. Plays it to his partner, Munch. Munch up the wall. Zano is there, and Taby will slow it down for Longwood. No score between the Lions and Friars as we're approaching halfway through the first period. Palladino. Hits Camastro, centering feed, eventually finds its way to Shimkus, and, Savalos, 82. Camastro sends in, wide of the glove of Nocerino. And as having a bit of trouble down low, the Lions defense, however, they'll get things sorted. Good centering feed from Hickson, hits the stick of Zano, but turn right back over to the Friars. Camastro over the blue, rips a shot wide to the left of Nocerino. Spun right back down the wall. Getting a lot of possession for the Friars, not a lot of grade A chances. Another shot from the outside, handled by Nocerino, who will stab it, hopefully out of the zone. McLaughlin, and now Fink into the zone. Fink cut off by Gianluca Trezzara. His pass misfiring. Lawler back on it. 6:30 to go. First period. Nice little poke check from Keith McLaughlin. Puck comes back on for Taby. Taby using his strength to protect the puck and send in. But a lackluster forecheck for the Lions allows a quick and easy clear for St. Anthony's. As there's a shot, sharp angle, blocker save made Nocerino on Ryan Palladino. McLaughlin for Fink, too far for him. Good step up by Shimkus. Shimkus, that centering pass is behind its intended target, Rainey. Rainey does get there first, fires it down the wall, past Lawler. On for the play of Hickson. And Hickson will ice the puck. So face-off coming back down to the Longwood zone. 5:42 to go. Or 5:43 technically to go here in the first period. No score between the Friars and Lions. Face-off to the right of Nocerino, won by the Friars. There's Shimkus dancing at the blue line, across for Munch. Munch steps in with the circle, he scores! Daniel Munch with a rip opens the scoring, 1-0 St. Anthony. Here it is again. Time and space for Munch, screen out in front, and it picks a corner. Beautiful shot. And the Friars jump out to the early 1-0 lead. So Munch from Shimkus. Daniel Munch, his first point and goal as a Friar. First point and assist for Shimkus. Friars looking for more. It is Ty Shimkus. Centering one out in front. Put behind Nocerino, out to play it. In the corner. Shot comes by way of Savalos. Maresca. Notable that Bellaro not in the lineup for Longwood. A significant absence. Not only they're tied for their leading scorer, but stalwart defender. And there's a huge open ice hit. Puck still is alive. Rolls onto the side of the net where Nocerino can jump on it. .437 to go first period. Face-off coming to the left of Nocerino. It is controlled by the Friars. Lawler. Good pass, but taken on the backhand by McCormick. Tries to spin it to the forehand, but was blocked. Palladino at the blue line. Wrist shot through traffic. Had Lawler in front. Made a nice effort to deflect it and then get the rebound. Nocerino with a fabulous save and positioning in goal for the Lions. Lawler gets the red line. Fires in using speed. Takes the puck away from Byers, but could not get it away from Hickson. Hickson fires it off the glass all the way down, icing on the Lions. And the Lions struggling to go from defense in their own zone when they get the puck to hit that neutral zone with speed and generate some offense, especially through transition. See if that changes as the game progresses. Meanwhile, more opportunities for the Friars. Another good save from Nocerino. Now 3:52 left. Battle for the puck on the far wall. Gets rung around to the near side. Palladino trying to get around a couple of defenders. Ultimately, it's turned back over. Palladino, wrister wide. That's Trezera who holds in. Shot through a whole lot of traffic. Gets blocked. And Trezera will reset in the neutral zone. Hits the red line. Fires in. Puck wrapping around. Nocerino out to play it, but gets by him. Controlled on the far side by the Friars. A shot save made. Nocerino. Palladino, wrister blocked by Byers, fired all the way down. This will come on goal, where Huber will make the stop and play it on for Palladino. Fink trying to make a play on it. Poke down low, Palladino. Goes D to D. Trezera returns it to Palladino. Michael Rainey. But a bank went ahead. It's too far, and Hickson will play it across. However, could not connect with a teammate. So here come the Friars. A wrister bar down, score! Impressive wrist shot. And it's 2-0 St. Anthony. Nicholas Lawler letting this one go, and not much if you're Nocerino that you could do on that shot. It's a perfect shot from Lawler, his first of the year, his 4th point. Doubles the Friars' lead. They are up 2-0. Longwood dump in. It's on the stick of Daniel Munch. He opened the scoring earlier in this period. Up the wall, Hickson keeping in, but ultimately forced to play it out. Maresca, that could be a mistake, however. Gets bailed out by Taby. Back on defense. Taby to Maresca, back to Taby. Up the wall, intercepted. Pushed down low, Lawler. Trying to make a play on it was Lawler instead. Puck up the wall. Reversed to the other side. That's where Lawler picking it up. Cross corner dump in. Shimkus activating, and believe that puck was touched with a high stick. And the faceoff will come all the way down into the Friars zone. The Friars end of the ice. So opportunity for Longwood with the offensive zone draw following the high stick. Faceoff win goes a long way. Maresca will come in to take the draw. Maresca wins it forward. Could not get a shot through. Nifty stick from Ty Shimkus, preventing him from doing so. Taby stepping up. Now a 2-on-1 developing. Pass across. Welter. Welter fires. Save. Nocerino. Rebound. Bouncing around. Another shot blocked in front by Taby. Lawler puts it into open space. Chases it. Puts one out in front. Intercepted by Maresca. Good positioning by the Lions center. And the puck out of the zone. Only as far as Shimkus. Shimkus ahead for Lawler. Lawler meandering his way down into the opposite side, now near side of the ice. Still on the stick of Lawler as he continues to cycle around the zone. Gets a return pass from Savalos. Now a centering feed. Blocked. Nocerino. Rebound. Still loose. Great save made from Mark Nocerino there. Made a couple. Out of the zone. Not enough for icing. Camastro has it go a little off his stick there. Bailed out by Trezara. McCormick with 15 seconds to go in the period. Gavin McCormick down the right wing side. From right to left. McCormick keeps the cycle going. Savalos, nice little pass, one-time rip wide. And that'll do it for period number 1. Friars up by 2 going into the second period, which we will have for you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. 2-0 Friars lead after a period of hockey. On goals from Daniel Munch and Nicholas Lawler. Munch is first of the season. Lawler also is first, his 4th point. Nice move here from Savalos to the backhand save made. Nocerino. Excellent power move to the net from Savalos. And an even better save from the Lions' Tendy. Face-off comes back to Daniel Munch across for Ty Shimkus. Shimkus spinning out of Arenzo. Eventually down the wall to Welter. Welter with Byers on him. Byers trying to spin one up the wall. Shimkus intervenes. Played right back into the far corner. Lawler and Byers in the midst of a stalemate. Shimkus, that's Welter. The winger covering for his defender, putting it, try to keep it in, and Longwood, and by way of Arenzo, clear it, at least for the moment. Daniel Munch steps around a couple, takes the shot. It was blocked, deflects wide, into the corner, right back out Lawler. The captain lets one go, and a glove save. A real snag from goaltender Nocerino. Stops play with 13:39 to go. Here's second period. Face off to the right of Nocerino. One and chipped ahead. That's Duep. Couldn't catch back up with it for a potential break. Instead, Palladino Breakout pass. Picked up in the neutral zone. And carried on by Anthony Aspromonte. He lost control of the puck. And instead it's pushed into the neutral zone by Jeremy Maresca. Right back it comes, and Aspromonte hustles after it. However, he takes a spill. Down to the ice he goes. Or pardon me, that was Ty Shimkus. Now it's Andrew Savalos. Out in front. Trying to get that one to Rainey. Collision in the far wall. Aspromonte down low for Savalos. Steps around Maresca. Savalos protecting the puck on the backhand from Byers. Byers and Savalos tangled together. Savalos goes down, the puck out of the zone. It'll go all the way down. No icing. Out to stop it is Huber. Hasn't been tested very much. When he has come up with the saves. Maresca out of his reach. Camastro. Friars right back. Saucer pass, glove down by Maresca. Playing it on further, Camastro. Now Taby off the dasher and out of the zone. Trezera back to play it. Ripped it around for Lawler in his own zone. Lawler back behind his net, looking to pick up speed or some space. Just has to bank it to center. Taby pushes it up the wall. Getting knocked down was Arenzo. Ryan Fink had a touch. Here is Gavin McCormick. Wrist shot wide. Perhaps Nocerino got a piece. Off the glass. Held in, at least for the moment, by Ty Shimkus. Down low. Lawler. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. We apologize for all of the technical difficulties we were having. The Wi-Fi crashed and other things we have put in the chat, so we do apologize for that. However, things should have been sorted out. We should be good to go. Just catch up on what you missed. A chance save made by Nocerino, and the first chance we can get, I'll catch you up. Another shot from Shimkus goes wide. Good opportunity for Shimkus. This game has been handled pretty much by St. Anthony. They've had control over most of the play thus far in this one. Mark Nocerino, Longwood Lions goaltender, has been playing fantastic. He has done his best to keep this game within striking reach. For the Lions, they do trail 4-0 heading into the final period. Fink trying to chip it by Munch. Munch will get it by down low. Centering pass doesn't find its way to its target. It's Rainey with said pass. And it's fired out of the zone. It'll be all the way down for an icing against Longwood, a theme we have seen in this game. So let's get you caught up, should say, on the game, on the goals in the game thus far. So that was Daniel Munch from Shimkus back in the first period. Munch's first, Shimkus' first assist. Lawler, his first of the season from Aiden Pape, or 88. Gavin McCormick chipped in the Friars' third goal from Camastro. And the fourth goal scored by Ty Shimkus. So McCormick, that's his first. And Shimkus, his first goal of the season as well. 2-point night for Shimkus. And it's all Friars in this one, 4-0. With 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. Lions clear. Orenzo still hustling after it, trying to force a turnover from Munch. And he did just about as well as you could without just quite getting that turnover forced. Friars will reset it. Gianluca Trezera for Pape on the right wing side. Centers to Lawler. And now Welter. Into the zone, Welter. Wrist shot sticked away by Nocerino. Into the opposite corner of Lawler. Can get it back to Welter. Welter bumped into by Tavy, and now Lawler. Banks one back to Daniel Munch. Munch fakes the slap shot. Gets around one. Gets around two. Munch in the circle. Wrist shot over the net. Comes all the way out of the zone. Trezera fires it right into the Longwood bench. Look out. And that had some of the Longwood coaches, John Rogers, Chris Hickson, bracing for impact. 11:56 to go. Here in the third. As another chance. What do we have here? Officials are discussing it. And it is a goal for St. Anthony, their 5th of the game. Gavin McCormick. From Savalos, so McCormick's 2nd of the game. Makes it 5-0. Savalos, McCormick, save made. No Sereno. Friars have been in control of this game essentially from puck drop till now. Shimkus into the zone, drops it off Savalos. Savalos trying to go down the wall, cut off by Byers. Savalos still fighting hard after it. Helped out by a teammate. That is Gavin McCormick. Now Byers looking to break out, taken back by McCormick. McCormick, nice little pass. Savalos loads up, fires. Shrugged off by No Sereno. Byers down low. Can't clear, intercepted. Savalos around the net, centering feed. That's behind Shimkus, who is pinching in from the point. And lifted to center to Fink. Fink knocked off his stick by Palladino. Right onto the stick of Savalos. It puts on the Jets. Fires, and a stick save by No Sereno deflects the puck out of play. And that's another stoppage. With 10:32 to go in the 3rd period. All Friars, they lead at 5-0. Again, want to apologize for all the issues we were having earlier. However, hopefully smooth sailing from here on out. Shout out that Rinks Wi-Fi. It does allow us to do what we do, but sometimes it does the opposite. Centering feed. Sticked away. Trezera down low. Lawler. Off the side of the cage. Hickson. Off the wall. Past his intended target. And that intended target being Cole Hamas. Shot save, No Sereno. Rebound wide. Munch to the blue line. Wrist shot. Trezera deflected over the net by Aspromonte. Fired all the way down. It'll be an icing against Longwood. So yet another stoppage. 9:40 left here in the 3rd. Again, a game in which the Friars have flexed their might. 2 assists for Andrew Savalos in the game. One of 3 players with a pair of points on the night for the team in black and yellow. Ty Shimkus, goal and an assist. 2 goals, Gavin McCormick. Another quick shot off the draw, smothered by No Sereno. Important to note, Longwood without arguably one of their best players, Chris Bellaro, out of the lineup tonight. Was in the lineup for their 14-1 win. Rainey, wrist shot, change direction, they score. And Michael Rainey makes it 6-0 in favor of the Friars. And that is the 5th different goal scorer this game for St. Anthony. Rainey from Lawler. So Lawler a goal and an assist. His point total on the year climbs to 5. Maresca had 5 goals in Longwood's last game. Can he get them on the board here? A stick save made by the Friar Tendy, Brandon Huber. Palladino. Cross ice feed, Shimkus. Into the zone on the backhand. Shimkus protecting the puck. Shifty as he ever on his skates. To the blue line, Palladino holds in. Wrist shot, save made, No Sereno. Rebound stopped by No Sereno. Point blank. It was Aiden Pape. 88 with the chance. Savalos into the O-zone. Watched by Byers. Circles back. Savalos. Head up, looking for somewhere to move the puck. Savalos will just wrist one along the ice. It's stopped by Nocerino, who will pounce on it. And thus another stoppage. 8:18 to go, third period. St. Anne's with a touchdown up on the board. No extra point just yet. 6-0. Ryan Brannigan, Kevin Broderick, along with our team virtually, helping us out get through this technical difficulty matchup as another save off the draw. Nocerino. Highlights and more can be found at LI Sports Network on Instagram. Last night's best and stories. I will update you on the action, brought to you by Gabe Curry, as well as plenty more, as if you tune in for the varsity matchup, that matchup between East Islip and Connecticut-Sayville tonight, you'll get just a taste of what we've had brewing. If you haven't already seen the various player profiles, cards, and other graphics that we are unveiling this season at the varsity level and soon to be JV level, as players continue to submit their photos, information, and whatnot, and allowing us access. That is also important. Hickson, wrist shot. Lorenzo gets a stick on it, deflects into the corner. Duep. And skating away from both of them is Camastro. Camastro, good lead pass. McCormick. McCormick dropping it. Camastro, shot, blocker, save. Nocerino. Camastro to the near blue line for Trezera. Back to Camastro. 68 and 86, those two. 86, Trezera. Slap shot, sticked away, Nocerino. Into the corner where Lorenzo can pick it up. Lorenzo to the line, kicked in and held for the moment by Munch. Now comes out. Lorenzo will try to get things moving. Fires in for the Longwood Lions. Aiden Pape behind the net, or rather Trezera, as if they had to make my life as hard as possible with the amount of 86s, 68s, and 88s on the team. And those numbers all tend to look like one another at some point or another. Here is Lawler. Inside, outside. Lawler, backhand shot from a tough angle. Stopped by Nocerino and flipped out of the zone. Munch back to get it. He opened the scoring with a beautiful wrister from the circle. Made it 1-0. Now that is what open the scoring means, Ryan. All right. And it was out of the zone, so touching up with the Friars. In the skates of Maresca. He'll get it onto his stick. Jeremy Maresca turns it over. Lawler, wrist shot. That hit Dixon and deflected wide. McCormick. Trezera, shot deflected, scores. What a tip from Nicholas Lawler. I think it's worth another look. You'll see Trezera wrist it, and you can't get much better of a deflection than that from the captain Lawler. And so they do tack on that extra point. 7-0. St. Anthony. 2 goals in the first, 2 in the second, 3 here in the third. Lawler's third point of the contest. He has 6 points in his 2 games played thus far this year. And Trezera should get the assist on the Lawler goal. And for Trezera, Gianluca Trezera, his first assist of the campaign. Palladino off his stick. Hickson stepping up right back onto the stick of Ryan Palladino. His wrister goes wide. Backhanded off the glass to center by the Lions' Ryan Hickson. Palladino. Nice move, Savalos. Savalos to the backhand. Oh, he just missed over the top. Fabulous puck skills displayed by Andrew Savalos as Byers tries to rush up the ice. He gets sent to the ice by Palladino. Savalos. Spin move. Savalos knocked down from behind. I believe it was Byers, 33, in white, doing so. Lead pass, Orenzo. Orenzo around Palladino. Backhand shot stopped by Huber. Comes on for Dixon. Dixon high off the glass. Deflects off the dasher. Around for McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Orenzo. Great pass. The one-time shot. Orenzo didn't get all of it. Arguably the best chance of the game for the Lions right there. And we'll have a whistle here. Stops the clock with 4:12. Faceoff comes back down to the right of the Friar netminder Huber. Off the back of the goal to himself. Creative play from Daniel Munch. Welter. Stopped briefly at the line. Will wrist it down the wall. Taby trying to play it away from the forechecking Welter, who's now helped out by a forechecking Pape. Aiden Pape. To the line past Trezera and down. See if they gave Trezera the assist. They have not yet. Still just says a goal from Lawler. I'm fighting for you, John Luca. I want you to get credit for that assist on the deflection goal. Doing my best out here. Welter to the blue line off the skate of Hickson in front, out of the zone. Munch around Hamas, trying to get around Hickson as well. Hickson staying with Daniel Munch. Around the back of the Lions' cage. Pape at the near blue. Gonna play it down low. Taby in the way of it. Back up top to the blue line. Lawler, nice move. Wrist shot over the net. Lively carom off the boards, but the shot back toward Nocerino is blocked and cleared. Hickson sends in. Cut off by Munch. Daniel Munch hits the red line and fires in. Around it goes. Taby will get there first. Final 2 minutes and 25 of the third period, and subsequently the game bearing a miracle. Hickson fires in, takes a weird deflection into the cross corner. And no sign of forecheck coming from the Lions. They'll, in fact, go for a change. Hickson intercepts in the neutral zone. Plenty of time. We'll play one over for Maresca. It's too far in front of him, so instead it's Ryan Welter. Welter takes a chunk out of Hickson. Hickson and Welter have a little discussion. A little, hey, what are you doing? Taby off the wall and down. Past the stick of Joey Camastro. Palladino up the wall. Hickson keeps in. Fires one toward Huber. Was going wide. Huber tried to glove it regardless. Maresca. Now Gavin McCormick. Final 70 seconds of the game. McCormick try to get around Hickson. He does, but not quite as efficiently as he would have liked. Passes down low, past the defender. Hickson on goal. Save made. Nocerino full stretch. And no goal, says the official. It was Lawler on the doorstep. He has 2 goals and an assist thus far in the game. Entered the evening with 3 apples. Liam Healy, who is an absence from this game, had 2 points, as that puck just barely misses the goal and becomes an icing against Longwood. Stopping the clock, 47 seconds. Coming up for these teams, as we look ahead in the schedule, St. Anthony will take on Connecticut-Sayville on October the 1st. Meanwhile, Longwood have a matchup against Sachem on October the 5th. That is a Sunday. As the puck pinned up against the boards behind Huber, who will in fact secure a relatively quiet but efficient shutout for the Friar netminder. 7-0 the final, as St. Anthony and their JV Black squad flex their muscles against Longwood to a 7-0 victory for our first game here on the South Rink, or rather the North Rink tonight. So a 14-1 victory and now a 7-0 loss for Longwood. A 3-2 victory for St. Anthony, and now a 7-0 victory against Longwood. East Islip against Connecticut-Sayville coming up in just a moment. Stick around here on LI Sports Network. For Kevin Broderick, I'm Ryan Brannigan. Until next time, have a good night. Your final score is 7-0 St. Anne's. Have a good night.